Hey, how are we doing, guys? I'm a little hoarse while doing this video, so you have excused the voice. I caught something off the plane on the way back from a holiday. But equally, the reason I'm doing this video on blood sugar is for one of my coaching clients, but I think it's going to be of benefit to all of you. That's why I want to share it with you, and I want you to stop what you're doing. Stop looking at the TV while watching this, or put down anything you might be jotting away, and pay attention to this, because I think this is the most important thing that you need to learn when it comes to losing fat and feeling good about your day, feeling good with energy levels. And for those of you who struggle with crash and burn kind of energy levels, or you get these frustrations where you get loads of cravings, the reasons I'm about to give you will help you understand this and overcome that with the actions that will follow. So pay attention. So what I've got here is the blood sugar model. Okay, we explain this to a lot of people in their first consultations at Fast Way to Fitness. Sometimes we don't. So if you've ever missed it, it's really important. And I'm going to go through it now. What we've got here is blood sugar, level of blood sugar. Okay. And your body has got this thing called the homeostatic regulatory mechanism. Oh, big word, long word, horrible. Basically, it means that your body, if it has too much blood sugar, it's poisonous, it's toxic to your body. If it has too little, that's a problem for your brain, problem for your muscles. So your body keeps your level of blood sugar in the right kind of zone. And this is on this diagram, we're calling it in between these two blue markers, okay? And so when you wake up in the morning, your blood sugar will naturally be low, okay? It'll be naturally low. And what will happen is you will wake up, and you should wake up, okay, hormonally, you should wake up feeling hungry. If you are not, it's because of your sleep the night before, and it's because of your stress levels, but we'll talk about that in another video, okay? But you should wake up because your blood sugar is low, and you should wake up hungry. If you go for a meal such as a box of cornflakes, bowl of cornflakes, some Weetabix, some toast, some high glycemic fruit, some like sugary fruit, what will happen is your blood sugar will go through the roof, go high, okay? It'll go really, really high, and it will crash back down, because what happens there is when your blood sugar shoots up, your body goes, shit, got to sort that out, sends out loads of insulin. That blood sugar is stored, and it's stored in the fat cells. It'll be sent to the fat cells because the muscles won't be. You probably haven't done any exercise by that point, unless you've been to a fitness camp. And then what happens is around about 9 o'clock, you will feel hungry, because when you've passed this point here, okay, when you pass this point here, you'll start to have cravings, because you'll be used to it. First of all, you'll probably be used to eating, and secondary, your blood sugar will start to be low, and you'll feel that you need something to bring your blood sugar back up. Those cravings will manifest themselves as the shakes. You might get a rumbling stomach. You might start to think about food. All sorts of ways that you guys will notice hunger. Okay, it's not often true hunger, if it's dehydration. Okay, that's the first point of call. But you've had your cornflakes, okay, at 7 o'clock. It's got to 9 o'clock. Okay, and normally at 9 o'clock we're doing stuff. We're not normally at a breakfast table at 9 o'clock. We're normally in the midst of it. We might be at work or in school, or doing something with our friends, something that we're not going to be eating. So we're not going to be able to access nutritious food often, especially if you're at work, or especially if you're out on the road. The only way you're going to be able to access any good food right there is to take it with you. You can't pull in at a service station and get good food. We all know that. So between 9 and 10, if you've had that breakfast cereal that's really high glycemic, you're going to be hungry, and you're going to be craving between 9 and 10. And you might be ratty. You might be not able to concentrate. That's the way that cravings can manifest themselves. So if you've got poor concentration between the hours of 9 and 10, one of the likely explanations is that your breakfast is not containing the right nutrients. Okay, so gets to 10 o'clock, you have your break bar, your Nutri-Grain bar or something, that sort of satiates you for maybe half an hour, 15 minutes if that, and you're back hungry again. And then so think about a caveman who's really, really hungry, and they're going to make split decisions on, okay, I need to get some food, And also the type of responses you're going to give are very reactive decisions. So if you're in work and you're really hungry, you aren't going to be focused on the problem that you've got in front of you. You'll be thinking about other things. You might have a bit of brain fog. You might have stomach cramps. All sorts of things can manifest as a result of not eating the right way. Okay, so we've had a carbohydrate breakfast, we've had the breakfast bar, so we've only had sugar so far this morning. And we get to about 11, 12, and all of a sudden you feel you're that hungry and you've spent so much time without blood sugar in the morning. What happens is that you go for the jacket potato option. You go for something that will make you feel full at lunch, and that's normally the response, okay? The decision you make here about food is a more of a reactive decision. You'll probably want to eat more when you're in this kind of level of blood sugar, and that will spike your sugars, and then you'll become tired in the afternoon. Okay, so that is normally the British sort of nutrition throughout the day. If you own your own business, you'll be reactive in the morning and not as productive, and you'll be tired in the afternoon where you've perhaps got some time away from the kids to be on the ball, etc. Okay? If you are a teacher, you'll be reactive to the kids in the morning, you'll be stressed, and the afternoon will be spent really tired waiting for 3:30 to come. If you're a shift worker, well, you know, God help you, if you're a shift worker, you've got so much to battle against anyway, we've got to flip this on its head, okay? We'll go to shift work in a future video. So, if we've got this like sort of energy roller coaster, how are we ever going to be consistent with our mood, our decisions, our job? Okay, the answer here is to switch to a protein and fat-based breakfast, and with a little bit of carbohydrate. You know, a carbohydrate that is slow releasing, that's full of fibre. Fibre is what binds all the sugars together and releases it slowly into the blood, so we can be nice and smooth with that. And the way that I can explain this is like when you put logs, coal and paper on the fire, okay? Putting paper on the fire is like eating that Nutrigrain bar. It will burn really quickly, really hot for a very, very short amount of time, but it will crash back down, and also it will burn a lot of the fuel that you've got on the fire. Whereas if you put a log, coal and some paper on the fire at the same time, it will get going, it will burn, and it will carry on burning. And that's what you're looking to do. So that's why having a balanced breakfast, not just eating cereal or not just eating like yogurt on its own. Yogurt's not bad, it's got a bit of fat and a bit of protein. Probably more like the cereal, toast, any kind of grain for your breakfast, okay? Really interesting one, because when I saw this in Asia, rice was such a common breakfast meal, but they'd have a lot of fat with it. They'd have lots of fat, they'd have bone broths in there as well, they'd have a lot of veggies in there as well, and they'd have a bit of chicken in a lot of these soups. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to change our breakfast to a protein and healthy fat-based breakfast, and post in the comments box below if you need some help with that, okay? A protein and fat-based breakfast with a little bit of fibrous vegetables, like, well, if you don't know what a fibrous vegetable is, ask the question below. I really want to get some interaction on this video. So if you're going between tired and wired, tired and wired, tired and wired throughout the day, this is going to obviously tire you out. You're always going to feel like you're either tired or manic. And when it comes to success on a diet, it's not the diet that ever really, having a special diet that ever really makes the difference. It's the consistency, right? And the consistency in your day comes from the consistency in your hours, and the consistency in your hours comes from the consistency in the minutes where you feel good, when you feel good in the now. Okay, guys? So knowing that controlling your blood sugar throughout the day is down to, it's down to your eating and your stress levels, okay? This is going to help you select the right food, make better decisions, and obviously use this control your energy to have more success in your life. And this is what I'm going to finish with, right, guys? This isn't all about weight loss, okay? You're not here for weight loss. You're here for success. And when initially you get weight loss, okay, for sure, when you first join fast, you get great weight loss, or when you're trying to harness this and get a grip with this, you're doing it not to lose weight. You're doing this so when you are in a business meeting, in a job interview, when you're meeting with clients, trying to build new relationships for business, or trying to make more money, that you're on the ball, you're present, you're here, you're now. And that's the most important part of learning and actually embodying this. Like, this is my life. It's trying to stay in this blue. And that's what I've just kind of based all my nutrition on. If I can make my life so that I'm staying like this all the time, that's happy days for sure. There are going to be some days where you have your spike, where you have your beer, or you have your muffin, or whatever it is. But 95% of the time, you're staying in that nice blue area. A couple of things that are going to throw out, I'm going to add this on for free, is coffee will make that go up and down, okay? So will arguments, so will, not having breakfast, so will having foods that you're not meant to, that don't agree with your body, that will change that as well. And there will be some other contributing factors. So just once again, going through that, getting on that blue line by having protein and healthy fats as the main source of nutrient, and also learning that carbohydrates and the glycemic index of the carbohydrates, which Rob will be covering in his course, will affect how fast the blood sugar goes up and down. Hopefully that's been helpful. Please comment if you've watched the video all the way through, and I hope this has benefited everybody, and Claire, who's actually asked for this as well. So if you need anything else explaining, please hit us up, guys. Cheers for watching the video.